Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Today we're talking about The Grudge. Oh boy. So The Grudge is a remake slash reboot of the 2004 version that was a remake of the Japanese version that had come out previously. Basically, the story, there really isn't a story, but you have this woman, she's a cop, she ends up moving to this town where she stumbles across these murders that happened at this house, and she ends up, kind of trying to figure out, what kind of is going on here. Clearly there's something that her partner knows, and she tries to uncover that and stop what's, going on as well. Man, this movie, I don't even know where to start. First off, one of the things that I just want to say is I am surprised that John Cho and Lin Shaye were in this movie, were involved with this. Like, I feel like it has to be just for the paycheck, because, my God, this movie was so bad. In so many ways, like, this movie is just a mess. The story just jumps all over the place. Like, you go to one time period, then you jump to another time period, and then you're jumping to the present, and then you're going back and forward, and it's just everywhere. And it's like, it's not really so much that it's like hard to follow along, but it's just like, it just doesn't make like any sense at all, like why they decided to do that. So the pacing was all over the place, was awful. There were several times that I was looking at my phone and I was just like, oh my God, I've only been here for 30 minutes. I've only been here for 45 minutes. What is going on? And not only that, but the movie is not scary at all. Talk about like your cliche horror movie. This movie has all of them. Someone shuts off the lights. Up, there's someone standing there. There's a monster standing there in the dark. Turns it on, they're gone. Up, shut it back off. There they are. Just so many cliches. I mean, I knew kind of what I was expecting going into this, I guess, because, January usually isn't where you find the best horror movies. So I kind of had an idea of what to expect, but at the same time, I got even less than what I was expecting. So, yeah, this is a movie I do not recommend for you guys to see. One scene that happens in this movie, and it's not like a spoiler really or anything, but this one scene kind of sums up the whole thing for me, this whole experience. So there's a point where Lin Shaye's character, she's married, with her husband, and he invites this lady to come over who he wants to help have her perform assisted suicide on his wife because she's kind of just like lost it at this point. So he tries to play it off that, she is sane, she knows what she's doing, because this lady's like, oh, the only way that I'm going to do this if your wife, knows what's like going on. So she ends up coming over to the house, ends up finding out that she is clearly insane because she's talking to herself, da-da-da-da-da. So the lady's like, well, I'm not going to do this, but I'll stay at the house for, a few days just to see if I can help in any other way. So she ends up going out to go get groceries, comes back to the house, and when she's coming back, she sees this guy who's, just standing out in the lawn. And he's looking up at the house, and she's like, can I help you? What are you doing? And she just goes inside, tells the husband, she's like, there's a strange man out in your yard, and he's just staring up at the house. So the husband goes, looks outside, picks up the phone, calls someone. Is that my partner? All right, I'll be down to go to grab him. So he sits back down. She's like, who is that? Oh, he's a police officer. He was investigating a case here before we moved here, and he won't leave us alone. The lady straight up, she goes, and this is paraphrasing, but she straight up goes, oh, well, I hope it wasn't a murder. And then the husband just kind of stares, doesn't say anything. Oh my God, it was. Like, what? Like, are we being for real right now? It was at that moment, I was just like, I can't with this movie. So, just know going into this movie, there is some awful acting. And I hate to like bash on people because, you know, I know everyone, you know, making a movie is not easy, but man, it's things like this. You're just like, how did this thing get put into theaters? And I know, you know, they obviously just want to make a quick buck because, you know, the name The Grudge, it did make money when the original one had come out back in 2004. So that's pretty much what this is here for. But I am here to tell you guys that as a big horror fan myself, do not see this movie. It is an absolute waste of time. I honestly don't even recommend you guys checking it out when it comes out to Netflix because I felt like this is an hour and a half of my life that I will never get back. So yeah, what a great way to start off the 2020 movie season. So, but anyways, if you guys do happen to see this movie, you know, let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Did you know, like the original, well, I say original, did you like the American version of The Grudge that came out in 2004, or The Ring? You know, kind of what was your favorite between the two of those? And, oh, something that I also wanted to mention, this will, got to keep in mind going forward that, man, do not go to the movie theaters when it's during Christmas break, because this is twice now seeing Uncut Gems. Theater was packed. Went to go see this tonight, you know, a Thursday night, and I went to a theater that it's kind of like a smaller theater, so I was like, oh, you know, it probably won't be too bad. It's The Grudge. I wasn't expecting, you know, a lot of people to be there, but I got there. Line was huge, and there was only one person at the register. You know, not only were they doing concession, but they were doing the tickets for everybody. So I had pre-bought my ticket online, and I was standing in line for like, you know, 10-15 minutes or whatever. And if I had stayed in that line, I probably would have ended up missing about like, you know, 30 minutes of the movie, which in this case probably would have been good. Would have been better than actually watching it. But I just ended up going into the theater anyways because I already had, you know, I paid for the ticket. I wasn't getting anything as far as like food or anything goes. And the other thing that this video is a lot of rants, I guess, was once got into the theater, they were still showing previews, and the movie was, you know, slated for 7 o'clock. I would say the movie probably didn't start close until about like 7:30 with all the previews that they had. It's like, stop showing so many previews. Have the movie start like when it's supposed to start. But anyways, guys, so I guess as far as the rating goes for The Grudge, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 10. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I don't recommend you guys checking it out, but hey, that's just my opinion. You know, you guys can definitely go and see it and form your own opinion. You know, you don't have to listen to me. I just make suggestions, you know, based off what I thought of it. So, but anyways, make sure, like I said, let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments if you have seen the movie by any chance, and what your favorite are between The Grudge and The Ring down below. And as always, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button next to it, so that way you get notifications for all my new videos. And as always, make sure to check back for more Pop Culture with Pat. Hopefully we have a better movie next time.